Hello everybody, I'm Dave Robbins with Endtime Ministries, and this is your Prophecy in the News. I want to talk to you today about ungodly principles in the United States of America. I've kind of been feeling in my spirit lately that we're headed down the wrong direction, actually for quite some time. And I just wanted to kind of go over with you today the direction that we're heading and how we can get it turned back around. The Bible gives us example after example of how God dealt with a nation. If a nation was moving towards God, He would bless them. But if a nation was moving away from God, He would send His judgments upon their land in order to turn them back around and get them facing back towards Him. So I'm sitting here thinking about all this, and then I come across an article on WorldNet Daily that says that we have the most biblically hostile president ever. It was written by Zahn of WorldNet Daily on 3/11/2012. So I want to read down through here and kind of give you an idea of what the article is all about and see where he's headed with it. What the gist of the article is that David Barton of the WallBuilders has drafted a document list of 50 anti-Christian and anti-Jewish actions that President Obama has taken since assuming office. Well, what I want to do today is to just give you 10 of the 50 points that he made, and then and just let you judge for yourself and kind of get an idea of where we're headed as a nation. On May 2009, Obama declined to host services for the National Day of Prayer, a federally established law at the White House. October 19, 2010, Obama begins deliberately omitting the phrase, "the Creator," when quoting the Declaration of Independence, an omission he has made no less than on 7 occasions. April 2011, for the first time in American history, Obama urges passage of a non-discriminational law that does not contain hiring protections for religious groups. So in essence what it does, it's forcing religious organizations to hire according to federal mandates without regard to dictates of their own faith, thus eliminating conscience protection in hiring. January 2011, after a federal law was passed to transfer a World War I memorial, the cross, in the Mojave Desert to private ownership, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the cross in the memorial could continue to stand. But the Obama administration refused to allow the land to be transferred as required by law and refused to allow the cross to be re-erected as was ordered by the court. Then in June 2011, the Department of Veteran Affairs forbids references to God and Jesus during a burial ceremony at the Houston National Cemetery. It wouldn't allow God and Jesus any reference towards that in a burial ceremony. On September 2011, the Army issues guidelines for Walter Reed Medical Center stipulating that no religious items, no Bibles, reading materials, or facts, anything towards religion, are allowed to be given away or used during a visit to the Walter Reed Medical Center. No Bibles could be given away. February 2012, the Air Force removes God from the patch of Rapid Capabilities Office. Can't have God on any of their patches. February 2011, Obama directs the Justice Department to stop defending the Federal Defense of Marriage Act, which defined marriage between a man and a woman. He says, no, we're no longer going to defend that as our government. And that's kind of shocking to me. On May 2009, while Obama does not host any National Day of Prayer event at the White House, he does host White House iftar dinners in honor of Ramadan. Now think about that. 2010, of course, while every White House traditionally issues hundreds of official proclamations and statements on numerous occasions, this White House avoids traditional biblical holidays and events but regularly recognizes major Muslim holidays, as evidenced by its 2010 statements on Ramadan, Eid al-Fitr, Hajj, and Eid al-Adha. So think about that. Just think about all of these points and kind of where we're headed as a nation, where the administration is kind of pointing us, and think about what God is thinking about all this. He's looking at our nation, kind of seeing what the direction that we're going in, and remember what He did in the Bible. When a nation would move away from Him, He would judge them in order to turn them around and bring them back. So what can we do as Christians And this was not just an attack on Obama. I know it sounds like that, but my point is to show you the direction that our leaders are kind of pointing us in. And what we want to do, here's what the Bible tells us to do as Christians. It's not to storm the White House with your pistol. That's not the thing to do. Here's what the Bible tells us to do as Christians. What can we do? 2 Chronicles 7:14 says, "If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways," that's a key point, turn away from their wicked ways, "then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land." So let's you and I together agree that we will pray, we will seek God's face, turn from our wicked ways in order for God to heal our land. It's not too late for the United States of America, but if we don't turn as a nation towards God, it will be. Thank you for watching. I'm Dave Robbins, and this is End Time Ministries, Prophecy in the News.